Hey guys, it's Jarek the Gamer Dragon showing you some more Dirt 3 gameplay. This time it's going to be racing in stadium trucks on, I don't remember where this is, what map this is, whatever, but we're racing in stadium trucks, which I love to do, especially when you have the difficulty turned up, because these races, you swap paint a lot. There's a lot of hitting the little other cars a little bit too much. You try to keep it as clean as you can, but who are we kidding, you never really keep it that clean. And it can be a little chaotic and really fast-paced and a lot of fun. I love racing in stadium trucks in general, though, as this guy cuts me off a little bit. But yeah, I love racing in stadium trucks in general, just because I've done a lot of racing, and I go down to Florence, Oregon, which is just miles and miles of dunes. Great place if you want to go dirt biking there, or ATVs, dune buggies, sandrails, trophy trucks. I mean, you can really drive anything there. It's a great place to go. But I've also done a lot of off-road and mud bogging and stuff like that as well. And I love racing in these things. These are probably the most fun things to race in real life. And Dirt 3 really got them down pretty well. They react appropriately. And I'm trying to make my move on this guy. I'm trying to pass him. But, like I said, I have it on the hardest difficulty, and here I go. I'm going to try to pass him here. Play it the cheap way. Barely tap him. Goes crazy. Almost screws us both over, but hey, he's still in the lead. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I overtook him. Take that. I'm in first place now, bitch. Can't catch me. Anyway, like I said, I have it on the hardest difficulty, and it can be a little difficult. That guy in first place, it's always just that one asshole that you can't seem to pass. And, that's how most racing games are, but it is so satisfying once you finally pass him and then win the race. It's I don't want to say very hard to do, it's just, you gotta maintain that perfect line. And he's still coming back. He's not gone yet. And I swing a little wide on this turn. I'm lucky he didn't overtake me. But yeah, it's gotta be careful as I mess up on this turn. But you gotta run an almost completely perfect line. Otherwise, you're not gonna pass the guy in front of you, or the guy behind you will catch up. The standard race is what you would expect. Luckily for anyone in this game, though, and I love the addition to the flashback system, where basically you just push a button, and like I have a 360 controller plugged in, so it's the left bumper, and you can rewind a little bit, and if you messed up on a turn and crashed or whatever, you can just rewind a little bit and then replay that certain part, and hey, you didn't crash, look at that, you're still going. I love that. It makes racing games so much better. Anyway, we're coming up to the end of the race, still in first place. You can see they're pretty close behind, but hey, first place. Alright, the next race right after this one. So this is going to be 4 laps long. This race was a little bit shorter lap-wise, but since it's 4 laps instead of 3 laps, it kind of equals out a little bit. This time, though, it is raining. I love the weather changes, and like I said last race, this is a little bit push and shove. That's always how these end up. It's like it just goes into the wall and then almost screws me over. If I had just a second more in the air, I totally would have flipped over there. But yeah, it's rainy. It's even more slick. It's generally pretty competitive when I have it on the hardest difficulty and you're trying to fight off other stadium trucks in a very narrow, small course with very little room to move. So be expecting some crashes, be expecting some hitting some other cars, maybe some paint swapping. And that's I love that. That's fun. You try to keep it as clean as possible because, I mean, hell, this is a rally game after all. This isn't rally now, but you always want to try to keep it as clean as possible just because it's programmed into your mind from the start of the game. But at times there's just no way to do that. Now, it's not arcadish, don't get me wrong. As I said last race, it's not necessarily arcadish, as I put my move on this guy, decided to be an asshole, do the cheap way, push him out of my way. But yeah, it's not necessarily arcadish, it still feels like dirt. But it's more competitive, more fast-paced, and all that stuff in jazz. So yeah, I'm in first place now. I think this is 3 out of 3. I don't think this is the final lap quite yet. But yeah, I got another lap to hold these guys off. My voice totally didn't just crack there. Here we go. 4 out of 4. This is the 4th lap, and if I succeed, I win. That's the way it should be, anyway. So yeah, as I mentioned before, I love these stadium trucks, and I love the addition to rainy weather, because I've driven so much in rainy weather. I've raced so much in rainy weather up here in Oregon. I mean, this is like the environment, except for there's less pine trees in this game. Anyway, coming up to the end of the race, guys, pretty close behind me. But here we go. Hey, first place.